I want to share with you that our mom has always been very proud of it, that as two people, she came here to the United States, and that they have grown now in 4 generations, totaling 22 family members. She has always been so proud of that. So we thought that rather than have one person speak all evening, what we're going to do is have one representative from each generation speak for their generation that they are. So let's start the speeches. Speaking on behalf of Oma's grandchildren, I want to introduce Monika Jones.
Hello everyone. It's an incredible honor to be able to speak to you all here tonight as we celebrate someone who I cherish more than anyone else in the world, my Oma. She often reminds me of a time when I was little and I told her she had too many kids. I had just finished Uncle Andy's Genealogy 101 course my mom had enrolled me in as preschool prep, and I had a lot of questions for her logistically about how she managed all of that. But all of her children are the reason we're gathered here today, so thank you to my mom and her siblings for organizing this evening. This summer, I was lucky enough to spend a lot of time with my Oma, which was great. I received a lot of stern warnings about the freedom of the press. And I also got to spend a lot of time reflecting on the impact she's had on my life. My first trip to Germany was with my Oma when I was 6 or 7. I don't remember a lot from that trip. There was a bike ride, we saw horses, I tried Tante Melanie's macaroni and cheese, and I got to meet my Oma's sister, Tante Olga. There was also a lot of chocolate involved. The trip inspired my desire to travel the world and maintain a connection to my heritage and my family abroad, both of which my Oma has encouraged despite my terrible accent when speaking auf Deutsch. Visiting some of the places in Europe that my Oma has spent a lot of time in has made them very special to me as well now, and given me a newfound appreciation for her life and the stories that she shared with me over the 27% of it that I've been around for. What's incredible to me about my Oma is how over 100 years of life she's remained engaged and curious with the world around her. Her pursuit of knowledge through books and newspapers is inspiring, and I'm sure many of you have received 1 or 2 clipped articles. I'll never forget the joy in my Oma's voice after she got a computer and discovered Wikipedia and was able to read about people and places she hadn't seen or heard about in over 50 years. Everyone in this room, I'm sure, has their own special memories of my Oma. I'm only one of 3 who's lucky enough to be named after her, Monika and Emily Monika. And if I'm really lucky, I will also live to 100. So thank you to my Oma for being such a source of joy and happiness in my life. And it's so special to be here and able to wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Oma. I love you.
Okay, the next speaker is Blake Hawkins. Blake is representing Oma's great-grandchildren. Say what it says.
Hello, my name is Blake. I am one of Owen's 4 great-grandchildren. Owen, Logan, Emily, and I all love our Oma so much. One of our favorite things to do with Oma is watch the big trains go by her apartment. She always has special treats for us when we come to visit her. Oma loves to hear about what I am doing at school or what Lego I am working on. I know I am so lucky to know somebody who is 100 years old. And I am double lucky to have that person be my awesome Oma. Your 4 great-grandchildren all love you so much. All 4 of us want to wish you a very happy 100th birthday.
Blake, that was a great job, and it was your first time speaking in front of over 50 people, so I got to give you a lot of credit. Your turn. Okay, moving along, next I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Raimund Fettweis. Raimund is Oma's nephew from Salzburg, Austria. Raimund, his sister, and their spouses flew from Salzburg and Vienna, Austria, to be here and celebrate this special day with Oma. During Raimund's speech, you will hear Raimund refer to Mimi. Many of you have heard the term Mimi. Mimi is actually a homegrown nickname for Monika. Her younger sister, while learning to speak, had challenges with the word Monika, and instead of calling her Monika, called her Mimi. That nickname has stuck now for 98 plus years. Raimund, the microphone is yours. I will help you translate as we move through this.
Thank you, Andy, for your assistance. Liebe Mimi, ich freue mich sehr, dass ich heute im Namen der österreichischen Familie dir alles Liebe und Gute zum Geburtstag wünschen darf.
In the name of all the relatives from Austria who have come here, to congratulate her on her birthday.
Wir sind, wie der Andrea schon gesagt hat, zu 4 angereist, um mit dir zu feiern. Annette, Franz, Karin und ich. Aber ich soll dir natürlich auch von den übrigen Österreichern, vor allem von Astrid und Dirk, sowie von der nachfolgenden Generation, aber auch von Tante Melanie, die No? Okay. Auch von Tante Melanie die allerbesten Grüße und Wünsche übermitteln.
Now, Germans are known for long run-on sentences. That with a long run-on sentence. Stop. Basically what he is sharing with us, the greetings and the wishes for my mother from all of the many still relatives we have in Austria and their children. That he is extending their wishes, especially Raimund and Annette's sister who in Austria and her husband Dirk.
Yes, wonderful. Ich freue mich aber auch deshalb sehr, heute hier sprechen zu dürfen, weil ich ja zu dir, liebe Mimi, immer eine ganz besondere Beziehung hatte.
He feels very special that he had the opportunity to come to this celebration for my mother's party, especially since she meant so much to him in his life.
Denn seit über 65 Jahren, und das sind schon 2/3 deiner Lebenszeit, bist du ja meine Patentante.
Okay. You have been coming here for over 65 years.
No, I'm not coming.
My mother is his godmother for 65 years now. Which is 2/3.
Aufgrund der großen Entfernung zwischen Amerika und Österreich haben wir uns in den ersten Jahren leider nur selten gesehen.
Thank you very much. In the beginning, when we had relatives on both sides, in both in Austria and the United States, there was not the possibility to go back and forth so often to visit. And with time, that has thankfully changed.
Aber wir standen ja in regem Briefkontakt und waren uns dadurch auch immer sehr nahe.
Using the old-fashioned mail system, I don't know, the younger ones here know what that is, but using the mail is how they kept in touch with each other. A letter could take a week, 2 weeks to go from Chicago to Vienna, for example.
Und woran ich mich heute noch sehr, sehr gut erinnern kann, zu Weihnachten kam immer ein Brief von dir mit $5 darin.
I could always remember at Christmas time, he would receive an envelope from my mother, his aunt, with $5 on it.
Und $5 waren damals vor mehr als 50 Jahren für ein Kind eine Menge Geld.
For many years, that was a great amount of money to have as a child.
Aber du bist uns Österreichern natürlich auch durch deine zahlreichen Besuche bei deinen beiden Schwestern Olga und Alice stets sehr verbunden gewesen.
Through all these times, they maintained a close relationship between our mother, his mother, Alice, and their sister Olga.
Und viele, viele Jahre habt ihr 3 Schwestern ja regelmäßig Urlaub in Österreich und in unserem Seehaus am Ossiacher See gemacht. Zuerst zu dritt und dann zu zweit, du und Alice.
The 3 sisters, Olga, Alice, and Monika, maintained a close relationship, and together the 3 of them went every year to the lake house that Alice had in Austria.
Von mir aus gesehen viel zu spät, nämlich erst 1989 bin ich zum ersten Mal nach Amerika gekommen.
Unfortunately, Ryman only started coming to the United States in 1989.
Und es hat mir so gut gefallen, dass ich die nächsten Jahre dann fast jedes Jahr wiedergekommen bin. Und über viele Jahre habe ich auch bei dir in Munster gewohnt.
After his first trip here, he loved being here and came here almost every year on vacation, and often would even stay with my mother in her home in Munster, Indiana.
Es waren immer wunderschöne Aufenthalte und unsere langen Gespräche sind mir noch in bester Erinnerung.
These were always great times for him, and they have remained in his memory, the experiences he had coming here to visit with Mimi.
Und ich kann mich auch noch gut erinnern, dass wir kiloweise jeden Abend Rum and Raisin gegessen haben.
Rum and Raisin? He enjoyed the times he spent with my mother, and especially in the evenings, they would spend the evening having raisin ice cream. Rum and raisin. Oh, rum and raisin. Rum and raisin ice cream.
Alle hier lieben dich, Mimi. Nicht nur wegen deiner vielen wunderbaren und liebenswürdigen Eigenschaften.
You stole the words from my speech. everyone loved the way you were, Mimi, and the times that they could spend with you.
Etwas, was uns aber immer auch ganz besonders beeindruckt hat, war deine Konsequenz und deine Ausdauer, wenn es um deine täglichen Aktivitäten ging.
He was always admiring her, impressed with her.
Auch bei uns in Österreich hast du ja nahezu täglich deine Übungen und dein Walking durchgeführt.
In her times when she was in Austria, she would continue to do her daily exercises for her back and as well as take long walks.
Wenn man deine Schwester Alice, also unsere Mutter, auf deine Aktivitäten angesprochen hat, dann hat sie immer nur gesagt, ja, ja, die Mimi, die wird noch 100.
His mother, my aunt, would always, when she heard what did her sister do in the United States, and it was ascribed to her philosophy of walking and exercising, his mother said, she's going to live to be 100.
Deine Schwester Alice wäre sicherlich heute sehr glücklich, dass sie mit ihrer Vorhersage recht behalten hat. Und sie wäre sicherlich auch sehr stolz auf ihre ältere Schwester.
Oh, yes, Alice, our aunt and mother, she would be absolutely thrilled to know that she was 100% accurate with her prediction of what Monika would do.
Leider lebt sie schon seit längerer Zeit in ihrer eigenen Welt, in der wir sie kaum noch erreichen können. Und deshalb kann sie dir auch heute nicht persönlich gratulieren.
Alice lives in her own world right now, and it's very hard to get through to her. But I know if she was here, she would be extending her wishes for her sister's 100th birthday.
Aber zu diesem Zweck, um mit dir heute zu feiern, sind wir ja gekommen. An dieser Stelle möchte ich mich auch bei den Propstkindern, bei meinen Cousinen und Cousins für die nette Einladung zu diesem Fest ganz herzlich bedanken. Im Namen aller meiner Mitreisenden.
Raymond. Basically, he says he's very, very appreciative that he got an invite to come here and celebrate us. We wouldn't have done this without them coming here to, I'm now giving you a retort to this comment, we wouldn't have done this without knowing that you and your special folks from Austria came here to enjoy this.
Liebe Mimi, wir Österreicher möchten dir nochmals alles Liebe und Gute zu deinem ganz besonderen Geburtstag wünschen. Und wir wünschen dir noch viele schöne und gute Jahre im Kreise deiner wunderbaren und großen Familie.
Oh yeah, we wish you a happy birthday, and when he's referring to Annette. Where's Karin? Yeah, Karin in France. They wish Monika the best to her birthday and many good years.
Thank you.
Well, it's better than translating. Speaking of, on behalf of homeless children, I would like to introduce. Okay, next, speaking on behalf of homeless children, I would like to introduce Yvonne Probst, the oldest of Monika's, the oldest girl of Monika's children.
All right.
Yvonne's going to talk.
Close to my mouth.
Candy's gonna translate. We need a I have some glasses you want to wear.
Okay, I want to thank you all for coming to help us celebrate Mimi's milestone. Please, I don't want anybody to take offense if I don't mention your name and your contributions to Mom's life. Just know that you are very much appreciated and valued.
Page 1.
As it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a different kind of village to care for our mother, who has now become a centenarian. This different kind of village comprises not only my brothers and sisters and respective spouses, but a host of people, once strangers, who have played a part in caring for our mother. And in providing that care, they have enriched not only her life, but ours as well. This village has been created by our mom through her tenacity, her goodwill, and a myriad of qualities too numerous to detail tonight, but which qualities you must be very well aware of by now. While I don't claim to speak for our mom, I'm sure she would agree with what I have to say to you tonight. Right, Mom?
Yeah.
There are my siblings. Caring for our mom these last several years has given me a new appreciation for them and their many fine qualities. And contributions to the family and the village. Andy, who has so arduously compiled Mom's life story, who is able to tease her relentlessly and get her to rise to the bait. He is the one who has facilitated and encouraged the relationships with our overseas extended family, something that is very important to Mom and gives her great pleasure. Though he can barely boil water, though I have recently learned that he knows how to saute things now, he is quite capable of making a mean lunch for Mom. He is the one who is there to listen when I have something to moan and groan about, and he takes me to lunch. There is Ginny, who is so generous with her delicious meal, who reminds us that we are so very lucky to still have our mom in our lives, and who gives Mom and I that extra tin of Christmas cookies when most needed. Then there's Mike. Who takes care of all the stuff we don't want to deal with, who knows the right people at the right time, who reassures us when upset, who is able to sit quietly with Mom, who finally learned what side to use when closing the shears and what side to learn to use when closing the drapes, the one who seems to be able to get Mom to say what is really on her mind, and Mom always seems to eat well with him. And though distressing for me, Mom claims he makes the best noodle au flour. And then there's Teresa, who provides those sweets that I swear to God, she has with her morning tea, I have with my morning coffee. And then there is Beatrice. I just don't know what to say about Beatrice. Beatrice is tenacious like Mom. We can use the word bossy if we prefer. And like Mom, she will not be deterred from her goals. Like Mom, she has exceptional organizational skills, which she uses frequently in caring for Mom, though I think she does it just to drive me crazy. Her meticulous medical care for Mom is both calming and reassuring to her and the rest of us. We would not have been able to keep Mom at home for these past 34 years if it were not for Beatrice. And then there is Dennis, who's sort of the yin for her yang. Who is very calming to sit and just talk with and have a cup of coffee with. And there is our dearest younger sister, Francisca. Her chattiness is like Mom's, as is her ability to put others at ease. Her diligence in phoning Mom is touching, and she is always keeping Mom up to date on what basketball games are coming up that need to be watched, and what Netflix movies are worth watching. And thank God she has a flair for glamour, because without her guidance and skill, Mom would be in sweats today. And there's nothing to say about Ron except he is my best fishing buddy.
You got it in, Ron. Yeah. Go, Ron.
And then, in no particular order of importance, I want to take this opportunity to thank and acknowledge our triplets, Stephanie No Shoes Reed, Rachel, and her sister Julie, for the many kindnesses they have shown our Mom, from dressing her wounds, to listening on the baby monitor through the night, to preparing her food, cleaning the occasional messes, and the edible goodies. Even though this only applies to Julie, so you two are out. Their ministrations have been a comfort to Mom, as well as the rest of the family. I got it.
Next day, Andy, come on.
I value the goodness and the friendship that has developed. As to Lori Sabatini, her perennial good cheer, though maddening, and most important, her correct political persuasion, have given Mom an avenue to vent and remain engaged in the political world. Their ability to chat nonstop is a delight to see and hear about secondhand. It also helps Mom that Lori has no interest in football or other professional sports, and that Mom loves the stories Lori has to tell. And I've just sort of let Lori know she's also agreed to be my enforcer. And then there is Maria Gutierrez, who has been helping Mom for the past 6 years. Her care of Mom comes from the heart. I've watched with delight as she and my Mom are able to tease and giggle with each other as Maria does her thing. She is my older Hispanic sister, and she makes a very tasty margarita.
Where's mine?
And finally, last but certainly not least, no words can express my gratitude, as well as my mother's gratitude, to my partner Sydney. In spite of my frequent and prolonged absences from our home, Sydney's understanding, generosity, and unconditional support for me and my family are immeasurable. I want to thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
and we're done. Many of you have traveled great distances, which reflects how widespread the love and admiration for Mom is. It is further proof of how near and dear all these guests are to you, Mom. And I thank all of you here for coming and sharing this day with our Mom. Mom, I'm standing here thinking about you, and I am just amazed with all you have experienced and accomplished in the last 100 years. There were no TVs. There were no video cameras. And I don't know how you made it without the internet till the last. Our mom was born in Karlsruhe, Germany, and she had a late older sister and a younger sister who today lives in Austria. And she will be 96 years old. So I'm counting on this good lineage here, that I will be around for a long time. Monika attended the schools in her hometown in Karlsruhe, going through the traditional school progression as we know here in the States. It was on her 13th birthday that Adolf Hitler came to power. Okay, now is that better? Okay. Should I start right from the beginning again? Okay. Mom was born in Karlsruhe, Germany. She had a late older sister and a younger sister who today lives in Austria and will be 96 this year. Mom attended schools in her hometown similar to the grade schools and high schools here in the States. It was on your 13th birthday that Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany and changed her life. After school, the women at that time were required to work on the farms, and I think there's one picture here floating around that shows my mom working on the farm, and they were replacements for the young men who worked on the farm who had been drafted into the army and had to serve. Next, Mom attended a technical medical school in Berlin. She found her passion there, medicine. Completing her medical technician school in Berlin, she enrolled in the University of Munich to study medicine. Around that same time, while she was home, and they were in the basement, which was their place to escape, her family suffered a direct hit, and unfortunately, the home was destroyed to a large degree, but no one was hurt. None of our relatives were impacted. So sometime later, while in Freiburg, Germany, she survived a brutal air attack on the city. It was during this time that she got married, and our parents' focus was to survive the war, obtain enough to eat, and stay warm. In January 1948, she and her oldest son followed her husband and immigrated to Columbus, Ohio. After an offer and a better position at Standard Oil Company, the family moved to Northwest Indiana, where we moved around an additional 7 times. I don't understand that, but that's how much I know. It was there in Northwest Indiana that over time the family grew to ultimately 6 children. You were busy raising us, and I believe you did a great and wonderful job. I have one last story. After we 6 left the nest, you went back to your passion, medicine. You were a volunteer at Munster Community Hospital, where you logged in over 6,000 hours, if I remember correctly. Tuesday was volunteer day in the Probst house. Mom, I know you just love giving back at the hospital, and it was an important time of your life. In case you're interested, Mom's formula for longevity is a daily glass of red wine and a long walk. Let's celebrate this moment where 4 generations and many friends are gathered to celebrate the 100th birthday of Monika Probst. Few have seen all that she has seen or done, but all of us have been witness in parts of a remarkable century. For your 11 children and spouses, 9 grandchildren and spouses, and 4 great-grandchildren, you are not only a repository of memories from every family and holiday occasion and special event or party. You are someone as alive and vibrant as they are. Yes, living to 100 is a blessing, and we are all thrilled to say, at least to celebrate this blessing we have with you. What a privilege to have you here today, and what a treat to love you, and what a joy to be loved by you. No, that's not going to work. Happy 100th birthday, Mom. Here's to you and the special legacy you leave us every day. Let's raise our glasses and join me in saying happy birthday, Monika. Now I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Monika Probst.
Welcome.
I want to say a few words of my own. I am touched by your truly thoughtful, wonderful speeches. It warms this old heart to know that I'm loved and pressured. A welcome from my heart to all of you, and a big thank you to all who came from near and far to celebrate my 100th birthday. A special thank you to those who crossed the Atlantic Ocean to be here with me. Words cannot express my gratitude for my children and their families. I am convinced that without them, without their TLC and their especially wonderful home-cooked meals for all these years, I would not be here today. You are the pride and joy of my life.
Wait, wait just a second. Can we just hold up? 1 second here, please. 1 second.
Everybody have a lighter.
Okay, please join us in singing happy birthday to Mimi. Happy birthday
Round two. Where's Blake? Whoa. Very good.
Thank you, everyone.